Consider the generic rectangle shown at right. Copy and complete the generic rectangle. Write as many products as you can see in the rectangle. Find at least 4. For each one, show the factors being multiplied as well as the product. So in the directions we're given the generic rectangle and we need to consider, so investigate. What we want to do is copy it down our paper so we could use it. And we're being asked to copy. Now, and complete it. Later on, we're being asked, write as many products. So the word product means multiplication. So write as many multiplication expressions you can see. And specifically, they're asking us to write at least 4 of them. So find at least 4. And then for each one, show the factor. So the factors are the numbers on the outside. So like 20 is a factor, and whatever we're going to get here, those are called factors. Let me color code maybe. So the word factor is a number times another number. Those 2 numbers are called the factors, and the result is called a product. And then they do want us to write the product. So for example, the product right here is the 800. And so the blue are the factors, and the 800 basically is the area or the product. So let's pause the video and copy the generic rectangle. So right now I did the copying, so we want to try to complete it. So in order to complete it, we want to think of what's given and what's missing. But let's start with what's given. So if I start with the inside, like start with even the smaller number. So the area over here is 18, and looking on the side, I have a 6. So 6 times what gives you 18? I could write the 6 on this side because in terms of length, that's what it means. So potentially I'm looking like what is the length to make 16? So it has to be 3. So if this 3 is on the bottom, that's the same on top in terms of a rectangle, right? So I started with what's kind of given. Now we can also figure out, well, the 800 area is given. Let's highlight it here. So the 800 is given as area or as a product. So it is made out of, and looking on top, I have a 20. And then basically on the side, I'm looking, well, 20 times what number will give us 800. So that's my thinking. So 20 times what number gives you 800. So that way this number will be found. And we could have also started by finding this, like, let's see, this blue area, because I have the length and the width, and the length is on top, like that 20. So we could copy the 20 down in terms of length. So that means we could find the area as well. So decide what that number is and write it down. And after that, what is that number as well? So try it on your own. So this bubble right here will come from the 6 times the 20 because of the length times the width. So you should have gotten 120 on the inside. And what did you get on the outside over here? So you should have gotten 40. So the missing number piece that I was looking for is 40. Now, I'm looking, let me highlight it red. So now the last thing is the area of this red space. And on top, I have a 3, and on the side, I have a 40. So what is the area for this space? Do it on your own by multiplying the length times the width. Now, what we want to do is write what we have as a product and as a total sum, right? So the area is represented as product. So let's see, as product, we would have, so look at, let me use a highlighter. So let's see, so this will be one of the factors, and this will be the other factor, only the length times the width. So if I'm writing it as factors, and that is a product. So something times something, it gives us product and the two factors. I see 20 plus 3, and I also see on the other side 40 plus 6. So that actually becomes 23 times 46. And to find the area as a sum, what we want to do is add all the areas on the inside. So the 800, the 120, the 18, and whatever that number you got. So line them up, 800, 120. So technically, you should have gotten 120 over there. And then plus 18. So that's actually the answer to this problem. So whatever this is, the answer is when you add all these. So that's one way. So we completed it and we wrote it, but that's one of them. So what we're being asked to do is find at least 4, so as many products. So let's take a look. So is there another way we can write? So let's pause right now, and I need to continue with more space. So if I do 3 more times, they said at least 4, I want to rewrite. So I had the 20 plus 3. Initially, that was my original or given 40 plus 6. So that's the first one we did. Now, is there another way we can write this sum and this sum? Sure, I can write 21 plus 2, that will give me 23, right? Times, and what will give me 46, right? I can write 45 plus 1. So that's still going to be the 23 times 46 representation, but now I want to do a generic rectangle for what I wrote. So 21 and a 2, and on the outside 45 times 1. Now it's definitely easier if we had a 0, but they did say try at least 4 ways, so that's just an idea. Let me erase that extra space. So these are the factors that make, let me make them 23 times 46, but I have to now multiply those numbers right here, right? So the length times the width. Perhaps you can use a calculator to help you work. And right here it's 2 times 45. So I know that's 90. And then when I multiply by 1, so that's basically it. And when you add those different numbers, all these numbers, when you add them, it should give you the same result as the first one. So try different combination. They did say at least 4. Now, as an idea, I mean, I could use 10 plus 13. That still makes 23. So if that was my second attempt, so the third one, I could say, so I have to make 23. So I can say a 10 plus 13. And then to make 46, I could use like 20 or still 10. And then the other number has to be what? Right? So 36. Also, I can say, so different combination, so makes it easier to multiply at least some of it. But definitely the easiest to multiply is when we have the place of the tens, like the 20, and the place of the tens here, like 4 tenths. It's just way easier. But you're being asked to figure out different ways. So finish that problem on your own.